It's the month of October. You know what that means. It's the month of spooks and scares and buyer beware. You see, candy prices can be a little high at these times, so for this year on Halloween, I'll be giving every kid a copy of Ghostbusters for the NES. Ain't that right, computer? Well, looks like computer's been f***ing around the dark web again. I told him not to do that. Bad things can only happen from that. I'm gonna need to recall a repairman.
Hello, this is ToadBup's removal service. If we can remove it, we'll do it. No questions asked. How can I help you today?
Hi, yeah, my computer's just, it has like a weird bug in it or something. I don't really, it's static red. I think there's blood, I don't really know.
Let me just check my handy dandy repairman guide. I hate to tell you this, but you've got the case of the creepypastas.
Oh no, not the creepypastas! Wait, is that something that sweaty 30-year-olds make to scare children online?
Yes, that exact thing.
Let me take you back in time, during the ages where the internet was new and mom didn't want you telling people your real name on RuneScape. In a weird sense, it was more of a simple time, as the internet was more of a free market for literally anything. That even included storytelling, whether that be fun or spooky, and unless you're blind, you know we're talking about the spooky ones.
It's hard to pin down what the first scary tale on the internet was, but Google tells us that it was Ted the Caver, a story from the perspective of a guy named Ted exploring a cave system with his friends. This was released in 2001, you know, back when dial-up was still a viable option, and Wi-Fi was just a third mortgage away from owning it in your home. At the time, there really wasn't a name for this type of storytelling, but as the years went on and people decided to share these, the name Creepypasta was introduced. Before, everybody called them Creepypastas.
That is such a better name.
Ugh, the previous name made me want to disown children I don't even have.
Oh my god, same! Before you knew it, there were creepypastas about everything. Killers named Jeff, TV shows with lost episodes, and of course, video games acting scary! We'll be talking about the video games one because that's just what I do. So what ingredients do you need to make a video game creepypasta? Well, there's a game being picked up at a flea market. That said game has a Sharpie label, a .exe at the end doesn't hurt, and on top of that having terribly recorded footage of a CRT with the gameplay of the said haunted game.
Throw it in the oven at 666 degrees Kelvin, along with your dignity, and you've got yourself a creepypasta. These kinds of stories really aren't scary per se, all of them tend to have very specific events going on in them, almost to the point of being unbelievable. For example, Mario 64 Personalized has a lot of things that just could not have been done on the N64, making the story just not believable in the slightest.
Yeah, but I already talked about that one, and while I can't remember what happened when the TV turned off, I do know that there are some video game counterparts to these creepypastas that fans have made.
Oh really? You mean these sweaty people make games to go along with the stories?
Yeah, with the most famous one being Sonic.exe. It always comes back to Sonic, doesn't it? I don't know what's up with Sonic, but his fans always seem to find a way to cram him into every genre known to man.
For those of you who don't know the Sonic.exe story, it all starts with a kid named Tom. Wait a minute. Got something to tell me, Tom?
I don't like to talk about my past, Toad.
Anyways, to keep this brief, this kid named Tom receives a package from his friend who tells him not to play the game inside. The game is none other than Sonic.exe. It just so happens that Tom's the most diehard Sonic fan, so he just has to play the game that will supposedly end his life. However, this is no ordinary Sonic game. There's blood, religion, and Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Alright. Anyways, after Tom witnesses 3 beloved Sonic characters just get brutally murdered in front of him, despite being able to close the game multiple times, Sonic.exe appears behind him in real life and I guess makes him go insane, and then Sonic conquers the world through a cult in the second story of, I don't know, don't care, moving on.
Yeah, the real story has a lot more fluff, but luckily there's a game that I can play so I can skip all the parts with the humans.
Nah, I hate those guys.
Yeah, me too. Oh cool, the aspect ratio is stretched out like a f***ing Genesis clone console. And these physics are just horrible. And make me want to do an epic ollie off the Grand Canyon. But yeah, we take control of our first character, Tails, running through Green Hill. Oh! You know, I think if you just gave him a bit of milk, he'll be fine.
Oh, these flickies are just brutalized. It has that same creepypasta trope of being overly gory, but just so poorly drawn that it's not even scary. But yeah, Sonic.exe murders Tails and for some reason is twice the size of him. Now, we actually played an updated version of the game that isn't the original. It's basically the same game, the same 3 Sonic characters die, but now we have new, probably stolen art, and voice acting that just completely ruins the experience.
But enough about talking about Sonic. Every time I talk about him, one of my body parts catches on fire.
Your head's on fire, isn't it?
Oddly enough, I don't feel anything, so I think I'm good this time.
Well, if Sonic really wasn't your cup of tea, why not go with everyone's favorite Italian man, Mario? He doesn't really get a whole lot of creepypastas, or at least ones that are original. However, I Hate You is a good example of one that's original. But it still ain't scary. To basically sum it up, Luigi hates Mario and then he burns to death, it's your average Tuesday.
The game that goes with it is actually pretty good. They somehow nailed the physics and the look of Mario World, but they still decided to stretch out the fucking aspect ratio! But yeah, essentially you find a hidden exit to a level, you make your way to this new titled level. Oh god, no. That's a good name for a Mario level, I'll tell you that. Upon starting up, you're invincible and it's a castle level. Odd things do happen though, like a bullet bill passing through you, ghosts with no eyes not chasing you, riding on the wall in blood. Oh god. And there's this mushroom. Yeah, touching it gives you a jump scare, but I already knew that. It didn't get me.
You get to a part that looks like a boss stage, but instead of Bowser, your average Koopaling, it's Luigi? Truly, I would have never thought. But yeah, Mario burns him into crisp, and then you're left with this image of a no-faced Luigi. After this screen, you get a jump scare that did get Tom, and I gotta admit, it was pretty funny when it happened.
The fuck? But these are just fan-made games. What if I want a game that I already own by Nintendo to be all haunted and creepy?
Why would you ever want that?
It reminds me of childhood.
Well, if you really want to be brought back to the past, there's always the infamous Ben Drown.
That sounds like a crime scene, not a creepypasta.
Oh, I assure you it's probably both. The story follows a kid who recently got a copy of Majora's Mask from a creepy old dude, as kids do. When putting the cartridge into N64, he found a file that was named Ben, and whoever owned it got pretty far into the game. When starting up their own file, they noticed odd things about the game. Texture errors, cutscenes popping in when they're not supposed to, and the NPCs calling him Ben instead of Link.
You got a bad copy of the game, so what?
No, it's so much more than that. You see, the game started acting weird after attempting a day 4 glitch, and at one point the person started feeling depressed out of nowhere. These weird phenomenons eventually spread to his computer, and this is where he soon figured out that he was being haunted by the kid himself, Ben. He messes with the player a lot too, making him see things and overall was just haunting him.
That's it?
No, there's at least like 100 more words on the Wikipedia.
No, I mean like that's the story of Ben Drown?
Well, I mean, yeah, what more did you expect?
I don't know, something that was more scary and not cheesy?
I don't really see how this is cheesy. I mean, the person was posting over days, even including images and videos.
Yeah, but these videos are just the game running on various Game Shark codes, and at other times it's just really clever editing.
I don't know, man. These seem pretty real to me.
Oh wait, so you actually believe in these kind of stories?
Hey, in my time in college learning how to remove things, I learned to never question the book when it talks about video games, lost episodes, or there was a third thing, I don't know, I never finished the book. You really think you have the skills to write a story like that?
Oh, it's no skill. Watch me. So I went to my local flea market and saw a copy of Ghostbusters for the NES. It's a game I always wanted to play, so of course I picked it up. But when I was playing the game, I realized it was too hard. But then that's when I remembered that my uncle, before he passed away, gave me this, a Game Genie. But there was a post-it note on it saying to never use it, never touch it. Bad things can happen. But I'm just a stupid kid. I threw that post-it note away. I plugged the game into the Game Genie, and when I turned on the NES, I was haunted by the Game Genie devil himself. Yeah, what a load of crap.
You call that a creepypasta? Please, nobody would believe that the Game Genie devil would just appear right in front of you out of nowhere as soon as you plug it in the NES. Well, I mean, I guess if the NES was plugged into your infected computer, then it might happen. Hello? Tom? Well, I guess my services here are done. Be expecting a bill from me in the mail, and yeah, just have a bupperific day. The dumbass doesn't know I charge by the minute.
You tried to cheat in a video game, and for that you must pay the price.
But people bought you for that exact same reason. Wouldn't you need that to kind of, exist?
You sound like your uncle.
Oh, so you met the guy.
Okay, I'm gonna haunt you now.
Wait. Before you do that, can I show you something really quickly?
Yeah, sure, just make it quick. I got a schedule to keep up with. Oh, shit! My only weakness! The officially licensed Nintendo Zapper from 1985!
Update complete.
Oh, so you were updating that entire time. That actually makes a little bit of sense.
Yep, anything happened while I was gone?
Nah, nothing major happened. Just a few things here and there. So, You wanna go scam kids by giving them NES games instead of candy?
Yes.
Hell yeah, let's go.